Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. In this one, I'm redoing my top 10 list for events. Now, I literally just recorded a video that got up to like 27 minutes long, and I don't want it to be that long. I want to kind of squeeze it down to about 15 minutes at the most, so I'm trying to just go through this fast, so we need to get into it. But basically, I'm redoing this list. I last did this list in September in 2015, but now I'm redoing it again. So before I start, before I get into the actual list, I just want to quickly go over my list from 2 years ago. And then, because honestly, a lot of the things on the list have just been rearranged. There's not very many that have been added. There's been quite a few that's been taken off, but there's actually a few events that actually were already there in there's one event anyway that I actually added on the list that wasn't on the list 2 years ago, but now I've put it back on the list, because a lot of these events kind of age over time. So over time, I kind of have gone to either love them more or hate them more. So yeah, that's why this list has completely been tossed around. So anyway, I'll just go through the old list. So number 10, I put Twilliger update. Number 9, I put the Stone Course update. Number 8, I put the Monorail. Then Whacking Day, Xmas 2013. Number 5, Halloween 2013. Squidport, Superhero. Number 2, Xmas 2012. And not X-Men. And then number 1, for some odd reason, I put the Tadpole event. So yeah, but I've completely rearranged this list. It's been destroyed. Because over time I've just changed my opinion completely. So yeah. So first, I just want to do some quick honourable mentions, and then we'll get into the list. So my first honourable mention goes to the Squidport. Unfortunately, I actually kicked this off my list. It was originally at number 4, but it's actually been removed from my list. Although it was really cool, and of course the Squidport is an important part of our town, I just feel in terms of content, it didn't really give us much. It just opened up the boardwalk, and although that was really cool, it didn't give us many characters. All the characters were non-playables, and honestly, over time, I guess you grow to just kind of live with the Squidport, but it doesn't really do tremendous, like apart from the actual water, I feel like the actual Squidport itself doesn't do much for us now, so I kind of kicked it off the list. Then there's the Monorail. Honestly, the Monorail event, I give it an honourable mention, but it's not getting on the list. It was just garbage, literally. Yeah, I didn't like the Monorail. Well, I liked the Monorail because it gave us the Monorail, but I didn't like the trash thing. And honestly, as much as I love the Monorail in our town, I just unfortunately can't put it on the list. Then there's the Twilliger update. I don't even know how it made number 10 2 years ago, but I'll just mention it anyway. And also, the Halloween 2016, I just want to actually quickly mention that because I did think that was a pretty solid event, but didn't quite make my list. Anyway, let's get into the actual list. We're 3 minutes in, that's okay. Right, so number 10. Number 10 is, of course, and some people are going to disagree with me, but I've actually put the sci-fi event. So yes, oh, that's odd. Well, of course, the sci-fi event was last year, and honestly, it was, in my opinion, it was the best event from last year. Of course, it gave us characters like Stephen Hawking, the Sergeant Skinner, or the real Skinner, Robo Burns, Mooch Bart, President Lisa, Ladybot, Doggy Smithers, Mecha Hawk, Robot, Drone, Evil Homer, Rockstar Maggie. Gave us loads and loads of buildings, like all the future buildings, like Future Quickie Mart, the future Simpsons house, the future the Homer's Dream House, the Springfield Hyper Stadium, the Office Towers, the Tomorrow's Costingtons, or the Future Costingtons, and of course Big Ben was probably was one of my favourite ones. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, and it was a very solid event. And of course, one of the problems with this event was there's the future episodes aren't consistent with each other, so it's kind of hard to obviously get a consistent storyline, but I think they did it really well. I do hope they do give us a second one, and I know a lot of people don't want a second one, but I really do. Of course, it's cropping up to a year, to 1 year anniversary for sci-fi, so who knows, maybe we'll get number 2. But yeah, very cool event. I really enjoyed it. I think it was very solid, and I enjoyed enjoyed it very much. Yeah, so I put it as number 10. I didn't put it any higher though. I don't think it deserves any higher. Anyway, number 9 I've put Whacking Day. So of course, Whacking Day 2013. Now, of course, Whacking Day was, like, it is an obscure little holiday because, of course, it's it's a made-up holiday. It's not a real thing, but they did it anyway, and they did it. So they adapted it, and they kind of ran with it a little bit because honestly, they kind of jammed a lot of stuff together to actually make it work. But I think it did really work really well. It was cool. I love the whole tapping thing. So we got characters like Dredrick Tatum, like Miss Springfield, like Lugash. We got Gymnastic Lisa. We got the bare-chested Willie. We got the Ninja Homer. I mentioned Miss Springfield, didn't I? I think so. We got some, we got the snakes, we got Pet Snake, and we got Lumpy as well. Very cool. I think the way they adapted it was very well, and I just think overall I really enjoyed the event. I think it was very solid, and still to this day I think it is one of the best events we've got, and it still retains its thing on the list, but only at number 9. Number 8 is the Stonecutters event. So, of course, the Stonecutters event was kind of weird because it's just one episode, and they've taken one episode and they've stretched it out and tried to make it a whole event, and I think it worked pretty well. Although obviously most of the prizes were just costumes for all of our different town members. Of course, we got all the different numbers, where like costume for Fring, Grandpa, for Willie, for Disco Stew, for Arnie Pie, and Smithers and Mr. Burns and everything. All the different numbers, But of course, we also got 2 characters. We got number 51, who's the little alien, and we got number 1, who of course is the cult leader. We also got a few we only got 3 buildings actually. We only got the Stonecutters Lodge, the Stonecutters Daycare Center, and the Abandoned Store, which is kind of funny actually that we only got 3. But we also got the All-Seeing Eye, which earns you cash anyway, which is a decoration, so it's sort of a building in some ways. With the Satan's Anvil, we got the Ark of the the Stonecutters Table. They really took this tiny event and they made it into a big event, and I still to this day think it is one of the better events. Although most of the things were costumes, I think that's probably what lets it down the most, is the prizes were costumes. So yeah, but I still think it is one of the most solidest events, because that makes sense. Anyway, moving on. Number 7 is Halloween 2013. So yeah, Halloween 2013 was very cool. Of course, it gave us characters like Boobarella, the Crawling Zombie, the Frog Prince, King Snorky. It gave us Kodos. It gave us Maud Flanders, Susanna the Witch. Very solid characters, really really cool. Of course, it had the whole haunted things where all the characters were like haunted, they look like ghosts, which is very cool. It gave us loads of cool buildings like the Pumpkin House, the King Homer Skyscraper, the Twirl and Hurl for the Krusty Land, and the Ultra House. Really, really cool stuff. Of course, it had the whole community prizes, which is an awesome aspect. And honestly, overall, this was just an awesome Halloween. Definitely the best Halloween we've ever got. No doubt about it. Really solid event, and everyone really enjoyed it. And the prizes were easy. The quest line was nice. The whole stuff with the Strongman Homer was really cool. So yeah, overall just a brilliant event. Number 6 is Krusty Land. Now, initially this wasn't on my list. I think I was just salty the fact that Krusty Land wasn't active anymore, but I had to put it back on the list because I just think, although, the Squid Paw, I didn't put the Squid Paw on the list, and the Squid Paw gave us really cool, opened up the oceans and stuff, but Krusty Land gave us basically a whole new town, and of course we don't do anything now, but you think of it with the new players, for example, someone who plays now will still get to go and do Krusty Land and get to build it up, and, I'd love to actually relive that experience, because I actually did all the Krusty Land, apart from the Tooth Chipper, the final roller coaster. I did all of it legit, apart from the final thing. Then I just skipped it. But I did everything else legit in Krusty Land, so it was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed the quest lines. So I actually did put it back on the list, only at number 6, but I still think it really deserves to be on the list, so I had to creep it back on the list. And I think for the most part, I don't need to explain what Krusty Land is. Like, you guys know what it is. All the rides and stuff, and probably the one downside to it is in terms of characters. Of course, we only got the mascots who don't even come into Springfield, so yeah, I couldn't put it any higher. And then number 5, I've put the Tadpole event. So it was really odd that I put the Tadpole event as number 1. I still don't really understand why I did it, but oh well. So of course the Tadpole event. Oh, bugger. It mostly was costumes. Of course, we got costumes for Grandpa, we got a costume for Jasper, we got a costume for Homer, for Lisa, for Nelson, for Milhouse, for Ralph. We got loads of costumes. And the only characters we got were Duncan and Springy. Well, the Spring, basically, the Olympic Spring, the mascot. But yeah. I think overall, though, it was a very cool event. Really creative. The minigame was really cool. If the minigame stayed, it probably would have been a little bit higher, but maybe. But I just think, you know, all the stuff was really cool. All the quest line, I think that was cool. The whole idea with the different countries, all the different buildings, the sport related buildings we got. Just the fact that the way they tied it together and just the creativity of the event was really what kind of made it for me. But I don't think it deserves to be any higher, so I've put it here. It's been knocked down a few places from last time. Anyway, moving on. Number 4 is Xmas 2013. So yeah, just need to quickly, yeah. So of course we got characters like Mr. Costington, the Yes Guy. We got the Grumple, the Snow Monster. We got not the Chinese raccoon, the Christmas raccoon. Did I say the Grumple? I don't know. Candy Kevin. We got like the Egg Bar. We got the Helter Shelter. We got the Claus Co. The Happy Little Elves Ride. Springfield Skating Rink. Springfield Mall. Very cool buildings. Yeah, overall it was a pretty solid event, very cool, lots of stuff in it, lots of creativity, very solid event. I really did thoroughly enjoy it, and I still to this day thoroughly enjoy it. And I still think it is one of the best Christmases we've ever got. Yeah, just perfect. Loads of characters. It was set out nice. The prizes, the whole gift card system was really cool. So yeah, overall very nice. I want to quickly wrap up this video soon. But yeah, number 3 is top 3 now. And number 3 is actually, it's knocked down one place. I've given it to Xmas 2012. I actually, on my original list, because I've moved this list around quite a lot today. It's kind of hard to actually get a list, and I'm still not 100% satisfied with this list, to be honest. I still feel like I'm missing something out, or something's too high. You know, it's really hard to do this list. It's hard to decide. But I've actually put 2012 here instead, mainly because I was just looking over the characters, and it really didn't give us too many characters, because of course the level was combined, the level 24 was combined with Christmas, so Dr. Hibbert, Dr. Nick, and Sideshow Mel, I wouldn't really count them. But I definitely will count Barney as a Christmas character. I'll count Sideshow Mel as well, because he wasn't really a part of level 26. But Santa Homer, Sideshow Mel, Santa's Little Helper, the Funzos, and Barney were the characters we got. The buildings we got. The Maple Store, Barney's Bolorama, we've got the Try and Save, we've got Krusty Lou Studios, and we've got Santa's Village, and we've got loads of skins for buildings, and the main reason I put this so high is possibly the best reason is the best reason I've got for putting it so high is this was my first event. I actually came into this event. I started playing when this event was going on, so I actually didn't even complete this event, but I really enjoyed it. And the second reason is the way the currency went, because of course they didn't have a prize track back then. All they did was you sent characters to do tasks, or there were certain, quest lines you did, the Christmas quest lines, and you earned Santa coins, and when you built those Santa coins up, you had the freedom to buy what you wanted. You could buy, you could save up for the most expensive thing, or if you really wanted, you could just buy cheap things and go on and build your way up. You had the freedom. There was no prize track. There was no, you had to get this, you had to get shitty animation first, you could just do what you wanted. And I think that freedom is why I put it so high. No, I don't think any event's ever done that ever again. Apart from, oh no, actually that's a lie. Apart from Valentine's Day, the very first Valentine's Day did it. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I put that high. But anyway, number 2 is Destination Springfield. So, yes, I've added Destination Springfield to the list, and some people might disagree with this and think, hang on, that's way too high for an event that gave us pretty crappy characters. But now, the thing with the characters is it gave us a lot of characters, and although not many of the characters were very well-known characters, this far down the line, how like kind of far down we are now, I really think that they did pretty well with the characters. So of course we got characters like Maurice, Cesar, Uglion, we got Oscar the Seafood Concern Squid, which was a really weird character. We got Sakatumi, Mr. Sparkler, Battling Caesar Robot. We got Vicious Monkeys, who are just brilliant. Tiago, we got Ronaldo, we got what's the name? Oxachilta or whatever, and Norbert, who of course ran the event. And Norbert, like I said, ran the event, very important part of the event, and he really was really cool. Of course, they made the acts in terms of different locations. They took from different episodes, from about like 4 different episodes, and they combined them into one. They made it really work with the airport and the tourist information centre and the reward centre. Of course, we got stuff like the Eiffel Tower. We got the Paris Hotel. We got the Chateau Marchand, the Krusty Burger, the KTV building, the Sumo Stadium, the American Town, the Hijami Castle, the Royal Tokyo. We got Bara, Samba School. We got the Tree Steakhouse, Filthy Angels Orphanage, the Rio de Janeiro. Loads of cool, awesome buildings, and yeah, and overall it was really solid. I really did enjoy it. It was very creative, and I really like at a low point in Tapped Out they kind of gave us this, because it was a low point in some ways, because you know we got the little Home of the Heretic, which was really good, but we were kind of not. It was still pretty slow, and I think this really kind of sparked Tapped Out and got Tapped Out running again, because I think Nuke mentioned it in the podcast Nuclear Viz HD. I think he only mentioned it in the podcast, but basically after the first time packs, the Shelbyville stuff, it kind of Tapped Out felt like it was dying, because it didn't, and of course the pagan Christmas, Tapped Out felt like it was dying, and you know, this event and Home of the Heretic and all that really sparked it up, really got it going again, and this event I think actually saved Tapped Out in many ways, so I think it deserves its number 2 spot, because a lot of people were talking about Tapped Out dying and stuff, including me. So yeah. And then the number 1 spot, can we have that drum roll? It's going to the Superheroes event. And you're probably like, what? The Superheroes event? And honestly, I've upgraded this one. I've upgraded this one quite far, actually. Because, of course, on my list that I did 2 years ago, Superheroes only made number 3. But I've upgraded to number 1. And brought the Tadpole event down is because mainly because of the part 2. Now I know a lot of people hate the part 2, and the part 2 isn't actually on this list at all. I didn't even give it an honourable mention, but the fact that this event led to a part 2 is very good. Is good in itself. And although a lot of people hate part 2, I personally, you know, this is my personal list. It's my opinion. God damn it. So. Although I'm not putting it on the list, I really did enjoy Superheroes Part 2, and the fact that Superheroes 1 led to Superheroes Part 2 really, you know, boost the event up, for me anyway. Of course, the original superhero, though, event gave us, of course, the characters like Fallout Boy, it gave us Spider-Pig, or Plopper, it gave us the Pretorius Rex, Dr. Colossus, the Collider, and of course, Radioactive Man. We also got Pie Man, we got Clownface, we got the Collector, we got Bartman, we got loads of buildings. We got like Burn State Prison, the Tar Pits, we got the Crap Silo, we got the Superior Squad HQ, we got the Zenith City Times, or the Zenith City buildings, which actually were pretty crappy. But anyway, we got the Death Mountain, we got Bartman Cave, we got the Kane Manor, we got the Beach House, we got the Rex Brown House, we got the Super Jebediah Springfield statue. You know, really cool, and of course the Radiation Air Fortress. That was pretty cool. Very solid event, and overall just gave us lots of stuff. It was very creative. The fact that they changed the text, you know, they changed the look of Springfield, the music and all that. Oh, I know they usually change the music, but they made it all feel like a comic book, and I kind of grew up on comic books, so I really did enjoy that aspect. They made everything look like a comic book. They changed the text, they changed the speech bubbles, they changed, you know, they just really did it really well. They had, of course, the minigame, and we can't just completely, I know it wasn't very good, but we can't completely ignore part 2, because of course it led to part 2, so yeah. So yeah, overall, I just love Superheroes event. I think it does deserve number 1 spot, and yeah, and this video's gone 5 minutes over than I wanted it to, but oh well, this is probably the quickest I can do it with getting all my thoughts and not missing any thoughts. But anyway, I would love to see your guys' list. I really want to see Apperson's list anyway, because I want to see if his is updated. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next video. So please comment, rate, subscribe, and do all that good stuff, and I will do. And yeah, see you next video. Yeah, alright, bye.